Alrighty, you will see in the images the impossible light activity that is shooting through the peephole, that is shooting underneath the covered patio, into the living room on the floor where my flip-flops are. It's impossible light activity. That's impossible light activity on this door. And somebody that's engaged in surveillance, stalking in the path with light activity, flashing light, and they will see in the pictures that I take, the moment that I open the door, that's when the demon that's monitoring a sex offender, monitoring my genitalia as well, engaging in the state's pattern of conduct with an entire city of stalkers who are demon-possessed. 8YPU797 is engaging in the P.O.C. All right, and delivering to a demon is the pattern of conduct, while a fake sun that's been over Alvarado Gardens today in 2024 as a matter of video documentation. Uber Eats is a documented gang stalker, and that's what they're doing. They're engaged in the POC. 7YEH777, that's the demon in unit number 43. She's going to prison. She's engaged in surveillance in the parking lot with those that come onto the property to engage in the POC with the population and the state that's flying over my head in aircraft right now. That's the pattern. That's why she's going to prison. They're engaged in 24-hour surveillance while the government uses AVANATH Capital Management's property and the sky space, and the people, the entity itself, comes onto the grounds to engage in making money while engaged in domestic terrorism. This is all in furtherance of murder and kidnapping. And the entity is doing so while the fake sun is today. This is light activity, relevant positioning, audible activity, and it's also malice. Impossible light across the car she's monitoring. All right, and this is an overweight demon that walks around in a walker, and she's going to prison. Okay, she could pace around in her cell. Impossible light monitoring. License 8YPU797, federal stalking in violation of Title 18, Section 22618, subsections 1 and 2. The impossible light activity that's moving across the brick wall, that's impunity by a sex offender who is going to prison. All right, this is the POC that the Ontario Police Department encourage and are engaging in right now through a population. The Ontario Police Department represents the state. On this day, the Los Angeles Police Department were gang stalking under a fake sun that remained over Alvarado Gardens at 18 to 1800 North Alvarado Street as a matter of video documentation. 9 o'clock in the morning over my head at building 1810, and also at after 4 p.m. And the entity at 1:43 p.m. is gang stalking while I'm documenting this impossible occurrence where you see the fake sun rising and setting here. 8YPU797 gets out to make their delivery while engaging in prolonged surveillance and light activity with the government. 8YPU797. This is POC. This is a sex offender, and this is the entity that comes on worshiping my genitalia as I'm sleeping, as I'm moving, as I'm in the kitchen, and the demons are gang stalking together. That's a sex offense. That's the POC. That's the perpetual sex offense that a government is committing through those that live, because they live here, maintaining presence with the entity that comes onto the grounds and in the sky. They're all going to prison. Okay, that's POC, and this is AVANATH Capital Management. This is sunlight. No, that's not sunlight. Okay, and here's my shadow down here as well. That's the malice of a demon that comes and delivers food to another demon, where the elements of monitoring are underway. And these are all stalkers. Living at a crime scene is the basis of federal prison. They're also sex offenders monitoring one's genitalia together. And sunlight doesn't pierce through a peephole, and there is no sunlight that's going to be over any of this while it's over Alvarado Gardens, which is what the video documentation today in 2024 shows. But sunlight doesn't ricochet off of objects, creating a shadow, nor does it pierce through peepholes, and nor do the people of the state, because that's what they are, ignorantly maintain presence and engage in what is conduct such as driving your car and your light moving all across the brick wall. That's what the demons at Alvarado Gardens did as well. That's what the demons emptying the garbage like Universal Waste do as well in Los Angeles. A matter of video documentation under a fake sun that goes back to be over the same building. Okay, this is a POC. That's the entity that is knowingly, intentionally, and deliberately continuously violating the Violence Against Women Act. They're all losing housing benefits. This entire property is going to be prosecuted. And the demons in units 33 through 64 are going to federal prison as you're witnessing the impunity. Okay? POC. It is currently, so you can see what I took images of. This is engineer light that's piercing through the apartment, and the demon that was operating an Uber vehicle is monitoring everything that I'm taking pictures of, and is with perfect timing as I'm capturing images of the fake sun and opening the front door. This demon is anticipating, and he's walking out to make this delivery, which is crossing path with me. He's monitoring under a fake sun, which is what I'm doing in still images. So just want to document that. This is means for what every business, including AVANATH Capital Management, is engaged in. A corrupt gang stalking landlord that is profiting while domestic domestic terrorism and criminal surveillance is underway, and they have the audacity to make, their pockets are going to be drained regarding all the profits that they made while they're threatening my life and acting in concert with the government and a population in furtherance of murder and kidnapping me. And it's a violent sex offense while a company commits it. It's federal stalking under existing federal law while a company practices it, and it's a violation of the Violence Against Women Act over this HUD regulated property, where AVANATH is going to be removed from participating in federal housing programs, and everybody living at Woodside Senior Apartments, all 144 units, are losing such housing benefits as they act with impunity. One demon engaging in what is the maintenance of elements of monitoring in concert with the demon that flew over my head in plane, the demon that's delivering Uber Eats to another demon, crossing path light activity in doing so, and impossible light activity across the brick wall. That's impunity and malice by the entire entity, while I'm surrounded by engineer light on the inside. That's P.O.C. It is currently, again, 1:17 p.m.